Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Agentic Intelligence Masterclass series. This is Sankar Ganesh from PantechELearning. So, welcome to all. Welcome to the session. So, welcome to the day 10 of Agentic Intelligence Masterclass. Yeah, good evening, Bhagyashri. Good evening, and Bharatrao sir. Yeah, good evening, Kritika, Satya. Yeah, good evening, Vaishnavi PV. Yeah, good evening. Welcome, Rakshit Kas. Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening. So, welcome to all. Welcome to the session. So last class we was discuss about the API concept, right? API and function calling. So what is API, how it is work, what are the types, what are the applications is there, this kind of things we was discussed in a last session, right? As well as before that topic, theoretical topic we was discussed, what was that? Yeah, one kind of agent, object detecting agent, right? So I will show the explanation about the code, how it is executed, and I will show the, what was that? Hands-on practical output also I try to show you. Yeah, Madan. Yeah, good evening, Madan and Harini Ramu. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. So today also same like us. Today also we are first off we have to discuss about the API. How to get the API key. How to connect a key with one particular agent. How the agent will be used that particular API key. This kind of was discussed. Then we are entering into our today's concept, that is memory and context in our agent. How working memory and context in our agent. So what is memory and what is context in agent ways they have to work. This kind of we will discuss, right? So without delay, we are entering that practical way. Practical explanation. So now I have to going and open this particular chatbot. Now this is our file. So chatbot. Now we are creating the one particular chatbot connect with that API with the Gemini. Already we know about the Gemini. That is our AI tool, right? With the help of this Gemini API key, we can connect the chatbot with the Gemini model. Automatically they have to give an example. The Gemini with the help of our chatbot wise, they have to interact with me. Like the way we have to create one chatbot. So first I have to open, yeah, just a minute. I have to open the ideally. Now it's a Python file. So whatever we need, we have to use. So collab or ideally or VS Code. So which one is convenient for us, we can use that particular one. Okay. Yeah. I have to open this. Just a minute. Yeah, okay. So now I continue with this. So now we can see this is our important thing. So here just like that we have to get the chatbot, but we can connect the chatbot with the help of the Gemini AI. So just like that we have to create a one particular important library is enough for us. No need to import, upload the multiple libraries is needed for now. Okay. So I can say like that means the Google.generative AI. So they have to give a reply based on our question wise. If I give a hi means they have to hey, hello. Hi, like so already everyone we are using the chat, what was that? Chat with that AI, right? Every chat GPT, Gemini, we are interact with them. Same process we have to follow it here. So simple chatbot I have to create with our answer getting process. So first I have to explain and then we can connect with that API key, how to connect the API key. Okay. Now I clear this. Okay. Now the API key, sorry. Yeah. First of all, we have to import the library, that is generative AI. Pip install generative AI, that is our requirement. This library is enough for our chatbot creation. Okay. Then configure with our API key. Here we can connect with the API key. So genai.configure of this, the API key we have to assign it here in this place. So the API is nothing but that is URL. That website URL is called as the API key. Okay, last session I was told about that. Then we can use that particular model. Gemini model, we have to use it here. So that's why use the correct model, work with the version wise. So model is equal to GenAI dot generative model. So then only we have to upload the generative AI library only. So generative model of Gemini 2.0 Flash. So this is a 2.0 version Gemini, it's available. And print the Gemini chatbot ready, type or exit to quit the particular chat. Already we was discussing a personal assistant, right? Personal assistant agent. I was show the one particular thing. Same thing here in that particular one. Personal assistant is a voice based. We got to interact with them. Now we can see with that the chatbot. Chat wise we got to interact with them. This is the difference between the both. Oh, I have to zoom the screen now. Oh, sorry, Sherin Fatima. I can't zoom here. Okay, I try to increase the font size. Okay. Yeah, now it's here. Now it's okay. Still I have to increase. Yeah, so now I think this one is clear. I hope now it's one is clear. This ideally one, I can't zoom the screen, so that's why I have to increase in the font size. Yeah, okay, fine. Now I continue with this. Yeah, first part we have to import the library. Second line we have to upload our API key, like connect API URL. Then we have to connect with our model, upload our model. Then we have to execute it. We need to understand the concept, what I have to do exactly. So we need understanding. That way have to execute the print statement. Then create a chat session. So now we can start with that. So chat is equal to model.start the chat with our history wise. I mean, they have to store a history like that. So while the true concept based on the user input, our input wise they have to execute. So first line user input, we have to give it an input. We have to denote like this question is asking to the user. The answer is getting from this model wise like that. So user input dot lower. Every kind of questions, any kind of queries, letters, we have to interact. I mean, give it to the input. The values are converting into lower case automatically. Because we are not posting this one means they have to expect in the uppercase. Not everyone to follow the uppercase or lowercase, right? That's why automatically we have to convert the particular values into the lowercase. That was convenient for everyone. Or else they are directly exit. So that going to the execution process. When we are not properly follow this, I mean not execute this lower process means they are directly going to the goodbye session. I mean they have to exit the process. Okay, now next they have to give a response for us. First we have to give an input. I mean we have to give it. I mean provide our question. Then they have to ready to give an answer for us based on our query wise. So response equal to chat dot send a message to user input wise. Then the print, the Gemini will, I mean the chatbot will set, I mean give an answer for us. So that is Gemini. A response text will be executed here. If you not give an answer means they are going to the error. The answer is not properly stored, not properly validated means they are going to the error process. Okay. So this is the explanation. It's a simple code. I have to take it this from, take it this for API connecting, right? So now we can go to see with that API connection. Okay. So you directly go with that any browser and search with that two different options. You can search with the Gemini API like this way. You can API key like this way. You can search. You can get it the page like this, or else can official page that is Google AI Studio. Google AI Studio. So that is a Gemini's official website. Okay, there is two kind of way you have to take that. First one is a Gemini API key. You can directly search with that also fine. Or else you can go with the Google AI Studio, that also fine. Okay, so you can go with that first website, that is a Google AI Studio. Okay, you can go with that, build with that Google AI Studio's official page. And once you can scroll up down, this is the official page of Google AI, Gemini AI. You can go down, you can see here the multiple options, the terms, privacy, AI Studio, Gemini app, documentation, multiple things is there. Now we can select with that Gemini API key. So we need an API key only. So that's why we are select with the Gemini API key. Yeah. So now we can directly go with that API key page. So already I have to work with this API keys. I am working multiple times. That's why this is my previous API keys creation. If you need to take this, that was your wish. So my suggestion, you can create your own API key with a you can create your own API key with the new key. Okay. So you have to create means you can go with that create API key. Right side you can upside you can see that create API key. Click that. You can give it a name. It is not a specification. I mean, a specific name is not necessary. Whatever you need, you can fix that. For your name also, you can give it your API key, or else directly go with the chatbot, or else API. So whatever name you can fix, you can give it that. Once you can give a name like a API. Okay, now I can go with that. Select a project. So previous project is there. You have to select that is your wish. My suggestion, you can go to create a new project. So you can you have a project in a local file, you can search it and get it here, or already available in a Google AI Studio. You can directly search the model and upload it here. That is your wish. Or else you can newly create your project. That also fit convenient for your key connection. So now I click the create project. Okay. Can I go with the create new project? Same like it, you can give a name. API connect chatbot. So now we give a name like this and click a create project. Yeah, now it's loading. Now it's there. So now the project was created. You can click that create key. Once you can create the project, then you can connect with that key, create a new key. So now you can see API connect chatbot. That is our project name. The time and date is today 29th October. Now it's there. It's a free one. Okay. So the Gemini API key is a free source. The key is fully open source. We can, whenever we need, we can use this. But ChatGPT's OpenAI is not like that. That is getting some credentials there. You can upgrade your plan, then only you can get the API keys. That is not available in a free trial. That's why I'm choosing the Gemini API. Okay. So now I need to get it this API key means now a key is there. You can click this. You can get it a API key here. So you can copy this, and now you can go and paste it here in your coding file. So now in this place you can store it your API key. Upload your API key. Already I have copied the API. Now I can store it here. So now we can see this. So now I will run this code. So now I upload the API key and every connect. Once the API key will be read means they have to go with, connect with the Gemini model. They have give a reply for us. Okay. Now I save this and run this one. You can easily understand. Okay, Google is not there. Okay, I have to install this one. I have to uninstall this. So same thing, pip install. Already we know about the syntax about this. So you can go with that pip. Oh, yeah, pip install generative AI. Sorry, pip install Google -generative AI. Sorry. Yeah. So once you enter this, they have to install in the package. The new users, you can follow the same thing. Pip install Google -generative AI. It's taking some time to connect with that. Because generative model, we can connect with our personal chatbot. That's why. Okay, I tried to share that. Okay. Till it's installing. So before that, if anyone follow with me in this particular session in your own self, you can try means I can paste it that particular installation thing, post it in a chat box. I will share the particular installation syntax, share it in a chat box. Anyone follow with me now, you can use that. Okay. Yeah, now it's successfully installed that. Now I can go and run this again. So run, I'm going to the run module. Yeah, now we can wait for that. Once it's executed, they have to try to asking to us. So give your query, asking your question like that way. So already you know the chat GPT, you know, right? Yeah, now the Gemini chatbot is ready. Type exit or to quit. If I type with the exit means they have to stop the process. So now the U means I have a user has to give a reply. Asking the query. Hi. Once you type the text and give the enter, then only you can get the answer. Hi there, how can you help? How can I help you today? Now by asking about that, what is AI agents? Squeezed text. I think it's have a too much lines. Yeah, now we can see. They have to give answer for AI agents are essentially computer programs that can perceive the environment, make decision. Already we know about the AI agents. They have to give perception, decision making, autonomy, adaptability, and action, goal, environment based. Everything they have to give us. Same like ChatGPT and Gemini, because here we are connecting the API key with the Gemini model. So that's why they have to give entering the and give an answer like this. So next thing they have to see here in downside they have to asking about exit. Okay, I have to. Yeah, now I can hold it here. Then again I asking like this. What is your name? So I am a large language model trained by Google because it is Gemini's AI. That's why it's a LLM model. Already we know Gemini, ChatGPT, everything is a LLM model. It's a text-based one and trained by the Google. So in case the ChatGPT isn't trained by OpenAI, like that they have to set the answer. Okay, so now I give a exit. Goodbye. That's it. The process has to be ended. Before that, every question we have to raise, they give an answer immediately. When I give a exit, automatically they have to say goodbye and end the process. So like this way, okay, the screen is not visible. Bhagyashri, kindly check it your internet. You only said like that it's not clear. So I am also watching the stream. Everything is clear in my side. Once you click the live and rejoin the stream, you can get a proper visibility. Or else you can increase your quality, live quality. So now you understand what I try to say. Once they're using the API key, connect with the Gemini AI model, they have to interact, create the personal chatbot. It's myself, I have to create the chatbot. It helps to connect, give an answer, same like as AI model, LLM models. Okay. I hope everyone can understand this, right? So internship users, internship users, you can get this chatbot code with the internship downloadables. Yeah. So if others also you need expecting this code source file and presentation everything, you can join with our internship. You can get everything. Okay. So now we are entering into our today's concept. So today's topic is working with memory and context in AI agents. Okay. So first we need to know about the AI agents. Already multiple times was discussed what is AI agents. So agent, they particular tools, they have to working like without human interaction. Automatically they have to do their work based on the environment wise and user expectation wise. They have to do their work with this separate. What was that? Individually they have to do that work. That is AI agents. What kind of AI tools they have to working with individually, that is AI agents, right? Already we know about that. That thing also represented here. So AI agents are intelligent systems that can perceive their environment and make decisions and take actions to achieve a specific goals. Unlike simple chatbots, and agents possess the memory and context awareness, enabling them to maintain the coherent conversation and learn from the past interactions. Think of an agent as a digital assistant that does not just respond to individual queries but remembers your preference, understand your history, and adapt its behavior accordingly. So every ChatGPT and Gemini and every LLMs working like this, because now I have to start a conversation with the ChatGPT. Okay, first time I have to asking one question, so I have to asking about one domain, and for an example, AI agents, we can take it our domain. Okay, I asking about the AI agents. What is AI agent? Like this question wise, I have to try to start my conversation. After that, why it has been used, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, and what are the applications. Like that way, individually I have to asking multiple questions. But not every time I have to mention in the particular agent domain name. First time only I have to mention that what is AI agent, like that. After that, I am not mentioning the AI agent that particular keyword name, the specific name. I am not mentioned that. So what is their key characteristics? What is their advantages? What is their why we have to use this? And what are the applications for this? Like that way, they have to asking the question repeatedly, but I am not mentioning the domain name. How the ChatGPTs give that same, I mean, AI agents related content, they have to continuously give it to me. Because one time we have to store the particular query, they have to remember it. I mean, they have to memorize it. Then only, like that only, they have to give it, I mean, same domain answer is repeatedly. So I think everyone can try to understand what I try to say. Now I go with the ChatGPT. Okay. Okay, again the light was turned off. Okay. Yeah. Say, what's your question, Manmeet Lamba? Try to ask what is your question, Manmeet Lamba. So what is your question? You can give it to your chat box. So later I will see, once I see your question, I will give an answer for you. Okay. So now we can continue. First thing I have to start with that question, like what is it's like that same thing I have to asking here. First time I have to asking the question, what is AI agent? They have to give us some explanation about that. So structure, piece, framework, everything they have to give it like this. So once it is done, we have tried to asking the different question. So what are all the applications is there? Tools used. Yeah, so now we can see just like that asking what are the tools we are used. They said like the AI agent using combination of tools like framework technology. They have to follow with that my previous question. So once the model has to be memorize this question, then only they have to give a reply for the previous query wise, right? So here now I'm not mentioning that domain name. The AI agent is not mentioned here. Then only they have to follow by the previous question. That is the first point, is a memory. Now our question is working with the memory and context, right? So memory is important for every AI models, not like a model systems only, human also. If I randomly travel with one place to another place, I have to travel. I'm in travel, okay. Randomly I meet one person. We are introducing yourself. What is your name? My name is like Shankar. What is your name? So what are you working here? Where you go? Like that way I have to interact with them, and I have to make a relationship with them. He or his, like that. In later, after a long time, again I meet that person. Once I remember the person, then only I can again starting the conversation with that same person. Same thing will followed by this AI technologies. Okay. What was that? Like we have to install the libraries like GenAI in system or computer. Okay. Not in Python ideally. You try to asking about when the ideally is not there in our system, we have to installing the libraries, right? Without Python, we cannot install any things in our system, because the pip install is followed by the Python software. We can using the Java or C++ means we can followed by the different installation syntax. The pip is for only mandatory for what was that? Default for Python. So now you can see pip install. So you can see yeah. So py means pip. Pip is a Python related one. When we are using the pip keyword, we can definitely we need a Python software. Then only we can installing the particular libraries in our system. Without Python, they have to set like that any errors. They not give an execution process. Okay, 1 minute Lamba. I think this is your question, right? So you have to installing any libraries with the use of pip install. Definitely you need a Python software. So you are using any Visual Studio Code or Collab means you can separately download in the based on that individual platform. You can using the Collab means in one particular cell you can follow the same thing. The online editor means they have to automatically recognizing in the software in their cloud. So it is offline. Ideally is related to the system related. That's why we are installing the library cache. Every library files in our system. Okay. Yeah. So now you can try to understand what I try to said. So based on the previous memory wise, they have to store it that keywords. Then we can follow the multiple questions in the same domain, but we are not mentioning the domain name. But also they have to follow the same. Give a same answer. So we can try with the different one. Which one we are followed previous session? Okay, so now the trending technology is 2025. Like this way, I have to asking one question. They are trying to give some answers. So now I think prompt engineering we have discussed about we can using this prompt, right? You are AI developer, so you can guide me to understand the AI technology. So this is our last question. So now I can asking the same related question, but I am not specify the domain name. Okay. Okay, what are all the trending tools are there? So now again I am not mentioning the AI like that word. They are given answer for related to the AI domain in 2025. Because trending technology in 2025 year we have to asking the first time. Again after long time I have to start the conversation now. So in this page, the AI has to be stored, memorize the particular tool, particular chat, everything. That's why they have to give an answer it here. Because my question was just like that, it is a random question. I am not mentioning the specific name and domain name. They said like that, absolutely. Here are some of trending AI tools in there. So categories wise, conversational and chatbot, chat productivity, Gemini, cloud, design related, automation related, specialized one, why it's important. So like that way they have to give an answer for us. Can we download the model or online model is a must? Yeah, no. Now I have to upload the online model. Gemini isn't already there. Is Gemini? Now we have to specify the particular name. Okay, again I have to open that. Now you can see here Gemini 2.0 Flash. That is the now current. So this version I have to use it here. So why we have to install in generative AI? So in the generative AI contains the every AI models. So we have to upload. Once we can installing this library, followed by the library we can get this Gemini 2.0 model. This model will available in that particular library. How to work with the downloaded model from Hacking Face. That was different one. Now, last session we all discussed, right? Language translation and what was that? Knowledge assistant. That was a different. That kind of definitely we need a transformer model in Hugging Face. That is a different one. It's a simple chatbot. That's why I can basic thing only we can connect. We can connect the model one software to another software. Here this is one of the code line. One of the file. We have to connect this file with our major LLM model. That we have to upload the API keywise. We can connect this both each together. So your question was how to connect Hugging Face. In upcoming session, you was discuss about that Hugging Face model. How to search the model, how to select the model, how can I load it here. Like that way I have to set. I think already I have to set this one in a previous session. I mean last session. Not like that last. Previous sessions we was discuss about this, I think. Once we check with that and with Lamba. So again you have to need means upcoming session we was discuss. Because repeatedly we have to create the agent, how to train the agent, that's why. So don't worry about that. Again and again we can see about this Hugging Face model, how can we use. Okay, yeah, so now what I said. Yeah, okay. Okay, now I try to understand what I try to say to you. Okay, so this is the AI agent has to do that. Okay, so just on small reminding. So we are offering some internship conducting the internship program. In this particular internship, you can get it the 30 days exclusive recording session and all presentation downloadable source code. You can get it this. Yeah, okay. And exclusive 4+ project codes with the downloadables are available. IET confirmation letter, 190 days of LMS course access, assignment plus task, academic internship report, high valued IET internship certificate you are provided to you. And in this particular internship fees, discount fees at 999. The registration link we was shared in a chat box. So just a minute. The registration link was shared in the chat box, as well as the link was available in the description. So anyone interested, kindly join with their internship. And it was limited time offer. In 2 or 3 days, the internship offer will be closed. So don't miss this. It's a payment page. You can follow by this. Okay, so this is a payment page. Once you give your basic details and select with the AI internship, you can get an internship confirmation mail. Okay, then 3 important pillars in agentic intelligence: memory system, context management, and adaptive learning. So it also related to our previous sessions. So for one AI agents we are working means what is most important one? The P's framework, already we know, right? Performance, environment, actuator, and sensor, right? Performance means they have to how they have to working, the output, final thing, they are working properly or not. That is a performance based. Environment means where it was executed. It is a system rated one or hardware rated one. Based on the environment, we have to give an identification, recognition. Next, the actuators. Actuators is output wise, how they have to give a reply to the user. Picture wise, video wise, or audio wise, or action wise. That is the actuators. Sensors mean how they have to take an input from user. So this is the P's framework, already was discussed. Same like us in AI intelligence basis, the 3 important pillars is that the memory, context, and adaptive learning. Memory means they have to memorize the previous conversation, right? Then only they have to give an answer for user, because not every users follow the same procedure. Not every users to follow the what is AI agent, why we are using the AI agent, and what is the applications of AI agents. Not everyone to like to asking the conversation like this, because now our world is going on into the how we can decrease our work. Like that way we have to think. Then only the AI agent, AI concept, every artificial intelligence like booming like this kind of growth they have to get. Okay, so now same like that, the AI or human, anyone, they have to store the past memories or like rewards or any errors, everything they have to memorize. That helps to our future preference. It's applicable for human also, right? We have to what was that? Memorize to the every mistakes and every good habits, everything we have to analyze as well as we have to improve ourselves in our future future life. Okay. So now the memory systems are storing and retrieving the information from the past interactions. Just now I have to show the example and tell the example also. So short-term working memory, long-term knowledge storage, and episodic event recall. So every cell-wise and every day and every time-wise they have to store it, that particular data and every particular memory into their what was that? Storing part, like a human brain, like that human brain. It's like that only, they're not exactly human brain, right? Then context management. The context means understanding the current situation and maintaining the conversation flow. Okay, so most of the LLMs is followed by this context management, because now what kind of topic you was discussed, they have to identify, they have to memorize that. Then only they have to repeatedly give an answer immediately. And next part, again in tomorrow purpose, they have to store it, the data into their history or into their memory storage, into the database. They have to store it, the details also. So whenever the user will come and asking about that previous one, right? So that's why. So next one, adaptive learning. That is improve the self performance, improving the performance through the experience and the feedback. They have to understand the human's question tone, which kind of pattern they have to ask in the question, which kind of behavior they are trying to ask. And I don't know how many people to this. The Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Far From Home movie, one particular scene, I think middle of the movie, one scene will be there. The Spider-Man will talking to their AI system, like the Edith, the AI name is Edith. So any college students, So Spider-Man Far From Home movie, in middle of the movie, the Spider-Man will stuck in one particular storage building. In that particular time, they have to try to start a conversation with the AI system, the AI system. They have to build a conversation. So that time, one particular part, the hero, the Spider-Man will asking the question in very sad moment, sad mindset. Immediately, the AI can ask, why you are so sad? What's your problem? Like that way, they have to asking a question. Why I said like this means the AI can try to recognize, understanding the human emotion also. That was movie, that was different, okay. But the ideology is important, right? Maybe in future the AI has to be recognizing the human emotion also, right? Based on the speaking tone wise, they have to try to understand why you are so sad, why you are so happy. Same like human wise, they have to asking the question in human. Okay, that's why I try to say the adaptive learning will comes under the behavior and pattern and emotion related one. Okay, now you understand. In easiest way you can try to understand, the memory is in past tense, context is a present tense, adaptive learning is a future tense. The three important pillars, right? Memory is based on the previous conversation wise, they have to memorize the data. Then context management is current situation, present day, what kind of thing we was discussed. That also they have to memorize that. Adaptive learning means in future preference they have to improve. How we can give a more spiciest way we have to deliver our content. We can deliver our do our work in comparatively we can do well. Like that way we are thinking, right? So everything will working like this. Adaptive learning, they have to improve their work comparatively well and good. So it's a past tense, it's a present tense, it's a future tense. Like that way you can memorize this. Remember this. Next one, types of memory in AI agents. There is three kind of types: working memory, contextual update, and consolidation. So everything will be comes under the adaptive learning, that improve their self. So we will discuss about the in upcoming session. Okay. So working memory, everything will be related to this, but similar difference is there. And short-term memory, the conversation buffer. The short-term memory, it acts like a conversation buffer, storing the recent exchanges. So once you try to read this passage, I will give a simple explanation. You know about the Google Drive. The Google Drive is one of the cloud. That is also one of the cloud. They have some capacities. They have to store something in a limited space only. So every Google Drive is available in only 15 GB storage, right? Every email ID is separately having the 15 GB storage. 15 GB. So we cannot store the data exceeded to, apart to the 15 GB. Okay, our limit is 15 GB. Inside the 15 GB, we can store any files, videos, images, or text file, everything we have to store in that. That is short-term memory. So now our chatbot, for example, now we can see that, right? In that particular chatbot, they have to contain only text only. They are not handling the images, right? But Gemini or ChatGPT is not like that. They also do the image also. We have give a prompt. They have tried to generate the images also, because they have to having some kind of extra features. But our chatbot is not like that. That is short-term memory. And better understanding, we have to say it like that, means just now we were discussed. That is, context management. So current situation. So here also same like that. What kind of topic you are discussed now? So now we can see the example. When you ask the weather, what's the weather like? Followed by the question, we can ask about how about tomorrow. Now we can discuss about the weather related thing. So next question, how about tomorrow? So tomorrow is a which kind of weather, but we are not mentioning the keyword weather. Automatically they have to remember short-term memory. Okay, just now before they have to asking the weather. So today now also they have tried to asking the weather related. They have to give an answer to discussing weather, and understand tomorrow refers to the weather forecast. So based on the tomorrow's weather wise, they have to give an answer. So like this way the short-term memory will be work. So long-term memory is in past and present, both are combined with that. That is a long-term memory. Before that, the key characteristic of this, the limited capacity. Now just now I said the short-term memory is in limited capacity, temporary storage, and fast access and retrieval, essential for conversation coherence. Okay. Because our every Google Drive is following this one. So limited capacity only, 15 GB, temporary storage. But the drive is not like that. Once we have forgot our mail ID or blocked our mail ID, we cannot use that files also. Same like that. Fast access and retrieval. So easily we can get that file in everywhere and every device, right? Once we can log in with our mail ID, we can easily access the drive also. Okay. Essential for conversation coherences. So it helps to the we can easily access the file with our sharing our file with the friends and everywhere. That is the key characteristics of short-term memory. And long-term memory persistent knowledge. That is everything combined with the past, present. That is long-term memory. User preferences we can follow by this: storing the individual user settings, communication style, preference, and personal information shared over time. Historical interaction, maintaining the records of the past conversation, decisions made, and the outcome achieved for future reference. Learned patterns means identifying the recurring behaviors, common request, and user specific pattern to improve future responses. Domain knowledge, so accumulating the expertise in specific areas through the repeated interaction and continuous learning. So long-term memory contains the past, present, and future. The three things are combined with that. That is long-term memory. Okay, this is the difference between the short and long. Context management, already we know that is a real world things. So for an example, customer service agent, we have to take user identification, context building, and informed response. User identification means first they have to understand the environment and working place and user, what is the domain we are discussed. So customer service means based on the one particular, because now we are e-learning. Okay, now we are e-learning team means we are focusing on the online mode. So our platform is online. So every social medias we are trying to share our work, share our knowledge with the YouTube, Zoom, or Facebook. So whatever, like videos wise we have to deliver our content. Same like that, they have to differ. So agent recognizing the returning customer and loads their profile, purchase history, and previous support tickets. So because everyone we have individual user ID, like mobile number wise or mail ID wise, you have to create one ID. So in that particular ID, what kind of products we have to buy. Online shopping thing means they have to focus in the products, or movie related means what kind of genre they have to mostly prefer, and ticket booking means which kind of travel and which kind of place they have to repeatedly booking. Like that way they have to analyzing the human preference. Next one, context building. So customer mentions the my last order. and the agent retrieves the specific order details without asking for order number. So without order number, the chatbot, the agent has to be helps to collect the data based on the user ID wise. So we can filter the thing, right? The price wise and year of mobile phone wise, or else model wise we are filtering the list. So that also followed by the same concept. Informed responses, agent provides the personalized solution based on customer history, preference and current issue context. So it is informed response means they have to give a personal things. So what is my last order? What kind of amount I have to spend for that particular order? Like that way we have to interact with the chatbot. That is customer service agent. Same like a chatbot wise. Everything is based on the human user wise, user wish. First they have to understand the human details, user details. Then they have to build the present working. Informed response means they have to try to collect the previous one. Okay, so context management. Memory architecture means how they have to store the memory and how to update that. Input processing, user message arrives and is analyzed for intent. Oh, just a minute, the time is going. Yeah, so the attendance link was shared in a WhatsApp group. Okay, yeah, the attendance link was shared in a chat box. So and also this it's available in a pinned comment. So kindly everyone give your attendance. You don't forget that. Already time was 6:50, so that's why. So first is take a input processing. User message arrives and is analyzed for intent, entities and context clues. Memory retrieval. Relevant information pulled from the short-term buffer and long-term storage wise. Context integration. Current input combined with the retrieved memories to form complete the understanding of the particular user query. Response generation. So agent formulate the contextually appropriate response using integrated information. And memory update, new interaction stored in memory system for future reference. So everything is working like a RAG model. So RAG model, I don't know how many people you know about that. That is retrieval augmented generating. That is a RAG model. It's one of the embedding model. Like short and sweet, I have to say it now. In later in upcoming session, we have to discuss about briefly in that particular RAG model. Okay. That means they have to adding the another source of the file, upload to the one model, the model to get it the details from that outsource syllabus. Then they have to collect the data format and generate the new things. That is the RAG model. Okay, same thing, they will retrieve the data from the another source and they have to generate the answer for a user question. Okay, that is the RAG model. In upcoming days we will discuss briefly about that. Okay, and now the challenges and solution of each and everything wise. So memory limitations, what is our challenge? So agent have infinite storage capacity and cannot remember everything indefinitely. So the solution was implement the intelligent memory purging and keeping only relevant information and summarizing the older interactions. So we have to clean our system, mobile photos, unwanted photos we have to delete. So same thing, it was little more difficult to classify the data based on the model, AI model wise. So it is more complicated. Still everyone can working for this. Sometimes they have to lose their important queries also. Okay, so that's definitely we have getting some kind of website, some kind of applications we are getting like a 404 error because they are missing, losing their some informations. So that's why. Next one, context confusion. The multiple conversation threads or ambiguous references can confuse the context tracking. So use explicit context and markers conversation threading and clarification request when ambiguity detected. The privacy concern is storing user information raises data, protection and privacy issues. Implement the robust encryption, user consent mechanism and data retention policies with the clear deletion option. So everything will be followed by the memory or context related one. So key takeaways. So what is the tip? 3 memory types is there: short term, long term, and working with memory is important for. 5 processing steps is there based on the memory update and follow with an agent structure approach. 100% context matter. It is effective to context management, transformer basic chatbot into truly intelligent system. So that was available in this passage also. You are right, but we can, there is 2 different types is there. So we have to store focusing on one particular database, that is vector database they have to set. That was deep concept, it was discussed about later. In one another day we have to discuss about the database only. But the RAG is applicable for on database based one, as well as we have to store it to the outsource. We can directly upload the file. In that particular file base we can give an answer for me. Like that way the RAG model has to be in work. Okay, there is 2 different types is that, but you also write the database wise they have to working. We can connect with the database, that is vector database we have to set. The database wise they have to get the answer, like retrieve the answer, combined with that then they have to generate the new thing and send it to the user. Like that way they have to working. So Sridhar Madanki, you also write, but there is another option also there. Okay, it was discussed, but you can give a good information. Thanks for sharing this. Okay, so this is the okay. So this is the today's concept of working with memory and context in AI agents. Memory and context wise they have to working how it has happened. So today we can discuss on how to connect the API key with the chatbot, one particular small chatbot agent, as well as we can discuss about the memory and context wise how the agent has been contains that, how it is work individually, what are the types is that, like today was discussed. So now it's my time. I have to share my quote, today's quote. A person can change the future by merely changing their attitude. If you have to improve, grow to your life, you have definitely you have to change your attitude and your habits, everything. It's said from the Oprah Winfrey. Okay, so thank you so much, thank you everyone. I hope everyone can understand this today's concept. So if you have any doubt, you can follow this particular contact number, and my mail ID also it's available. And today's attendance link I was shared in chat box, and the pinned comment it's also available. So who are all not give your attendance, kindly give it that. So thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. So we will meet with the next session. Tomorrow we are entering to the LangChain framework. So already was discussed overview about the LangChain tool. Today how to connect the LangChain and what is exactly LangChain we can work, how to log in with that. We will discuss about that. Yeah, Tridhar Madanki, again asking about that logos, right? Today is not available. In upcoming session I try to come with one particular random quiz. Already was discussed about some logos, AI tools and programming, everything was done. So you have any ideas you can share. Yeah, right, you are right. So you have said that on proper format of the RAG model. So we will discuss about deeply about that RAG model. Okay, I try to give an understanding to you and share my knowledge to you with the clearest way about the RAG model. Okay, thank you so much, Pranav Tandel and Sridhar Madanki. Thank you for your responses. Hari Priya Ramalingam, thank you. Okay, guys, see you all. So who are all not done your attendance, kindly fill out your attendance. We are meet with the next session. Tomorrow we will discuss about the LangChain model. So how to use a LangChain for agent creation. We will try to discuss. Okay, thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow. See you.